And welcome to Marcos Tunisia. There we go. My name is Jim Denton. I'm a member of the Tempe All-City Board, and I get the privilege of emceeing tonight's festivities. The Tempe All-City Association is unique to a lot of cities that don't have anything like this. I know I've been associated with the district, well, next year will be 50 years. I will have graduated from Tempe High, so it's a long time ago. And they've had something that was akin to this all those years. But about 39 years ago, a group of citizens in Tempe got together and decided, hey, we need to recognize our athletes. And in recognizing the athletes and their accomplishments, and the parents, and the coaches, they felt it was time, and it was. And I was a former principal at Corondell Seoul. And as a principal, I will tell you that there was nothing that made me prouder than to go to the all-city banquets or festivities as we have them now. It's a great activity. Parents, be proud of the accomplishments of your athletes. Coaches, take pride in what you've done in getting these athletes here. And athletes, enjoy the moment. I was listening to, people that know me will know that I like country western music, but I was listening to a Kenny Chesney song called Don't Blink. And don't blink. Enjoy it while you can. Because before you know, you'll be moving on to the next phase of your life. So with that, let's enjoy the evening and enjoy the recognition. There's some people that I would like to introduce here first. Dr. Stacia Wilson is the associate. She is back over there. Mr. David Huffine, who is the district athletic director. Ms. Shelley Arredondo, the Tempe High athletic director. Mr. Jermaine Whittaker from McClintock High School. Lineca Reese from Marcos Tunisia. Brian Fleming from Corona del Sol. Aaron Frana from Mountain Point. And David Warren, this thing keeps going in and out, so I don't know. I'd also like to introduce a couple of ladies over here that are going to help out tonight. Barb Neal, who is Mr. Huffine's administrative assistant. Anybody that's ever had an administrative assistant will know that you can't get the job done unless you've got someone that's very capable helping you. And that Barb fits the bill. Dana Lucero, who also is here tonight. She's on the All-City Board, but she's helping distribute the plaques as well. And she's also a former employee of the district. I'd also like to thank Mr. Warren Cole, who I just mentioned his name. He's the digital communications coordinator at the district office. I would like to thank Southwest Portraits because at the end of the night, you're more than welcome to get your picture taken, athletes, parents, athletes alone, and it'll all be covered by the All-City Association. At the first thing that I would like to do is present Mr. Brent Rincon, who in turn is going to present Ann Rowan Pearson, who is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Several years ago, we decided, it wasn't me, it was decided before I got here, that we have a Hall of Fame because we've had a lot of athletes and special people come through Tempe High, coaches, athletes, and so forth through the district. And we thought it was time that we recognized them. So this has come to fruition, and every time we have one of these things, we induct someone new into the Hall of Fame. So Mr. Rincon.
Good evening. Thanks for evening. Rincon. And I'm a former student in the district and assistant principal at State of Arizona. Really, tonight's impact, and you're going to hear the word impact a lot this evening. The athletes, the coaches, and so on. First of all, congrats to all the student athletes being honored here. Thank you.
Click it up there. Hang on one second.
Thank you, Warren. Your athletic accomplishments, athletes, have had a tremendous impact on your team, your school, your district, your region, your conference, your state, and in some cases, based on some of the athletes being honored tonight, in the entire nation. Also, a big shout out to all of the coaches this evening. It's amazing how much time, hours, effort you put in to give the athletes an opportunity to compete, chase their dreams, and be acknowledged in an event like this evening. So thank you to all the high school coaches in the room. Your efforts always underappreciated, but always, always respected, and thank you. Tonight, I have the honor and privilege to present Ann Pearson for induction to the Tempe City All-City Association Hall of Fame for a lifetime of achievement in the athletic world. Ann's career from the beginning has been all about impact. Ann attended McClintock High School, graduated in 1987. While at McClintock, Ann not only played but excelled in 3 sports, almost unheard of today: softball, volleyball, and basketball. This very organization honored her in 1984 and 85. She was All-Tempe All-City softball. 85-86, All-City volleyball and softball. 86-87, Tempe All-City volleyball and softball again. That's a heck of a career right there already. Also, in 1986 and 1987, Ann was a recipient of the Bill Kajikawa Award. Bill Kajikawa was a very famous ASU football coach, member of the community, did so much for so many people in the Tempe area, and they named an award for him. This award that Ann won in 86-87 is a prestigious award given out for excellence in athletics, community service, and academics. After high school, Ann was recruited to play softball at basically every school in the country, by the way. Ann chose Arizona State, where she went on to a very illustrious career, and lettered 4 years at ASU, where she continued to have that impact. She was named Pac-10. Yes, Pac-10. Back then, there was only 10 schools in the Pac-10, not 12, in 1990 and 1991. And in 1990, she was named as an All-American and is still in the top 10. Nearly 30-plus years ago, she's still in the top 10 in many ASU hitting categories. And in 2006, Ann was honored with the ultimate achievement at Arizona State University and was put into their Arizona State Athletic Hall of Fame. After college, Ann moved on to the USA national team. Now, keep in mind, softball wasn't part of the Olympics back then. So our national team played all around the world except the Olympics because it hadn't been introduced yet. And Ann traveled all around and won 3 gold medals representing Team USA. 3 gold medals for Team USA in the 91 Pan Am Games, the 93 World Games Intercontinental Cup, and the 1995 Pan American Games. Yes, Ann was one of the 20 best softball players in the United States for an extended period of time. That in itself is an impact. After leaving the national team and her stint at ASU as a player, Ann went on to coach at Arizona State University for several years, 7 years to be precise, as an assistant, leading Arizona State and being a part of that ultimately ended with them ending up at the College World Series. In 2002, Grand Canyon University decided that they wanted to start a softball program, and they picked the best possible person for the job and was selected to be the head coach. Now keep in mind, GCU didn't have a softball program. No field, no players, I hate to say this, no money. Well, virtually no money. And Ann, from the ground up, built that program, starting with the field itself. Blood, sweat, and tears to physically build a softball field, recruit the players, raise the money, and begin competition. For several years, they competed hard, ultimately ended up in the Western Athletic Conference. While at GCU, Ann coached 35 players that won postseason awards, including 4 All-Americans. Ann was named Conference Coach of the Year at GCU for her conference in 2014 and 2017. Probably the most impressive thing, Ann won 7 national championships in academics, meaning that the GCU softball team under her tenure had the highest ranked GPA of any softball team in the entire country for 7 years. That's an accomplishment. Ann amassed over 500 wins at GCU, and I'm sure someday will be elected into the GCU Hall of Fame as well. In addition to all the previous awards already mentioned, Ann was also inducted in the Arizona Softball Hall of Fame in 2018, which recognizes her achievements as a player, coach, and the impact she has had in softball in the state of Arizona. Finally, I'd like to recognize Ann's family in attendance this evening, Ann's husband, John Pearson, and daughter, Jordan, who have been part of Ann's epic journey of a legendary and iconic softball career that began right here in the Tempe Union High School District at McClintock High School as a player. In addition, starting next year, Ann will be working in the Chandler Unified School District as a school counselor, where she will continue to have an impact on students and others. Ann, congratulations on your well-deserved induction to the Tempe City All-City Association Hall of Fame. Your induction this evening is a true testament to your impact, as well as the pride we all share in how you have represented the Tempe Union High School District and especially the Tempe All-City Association. Ann, thank you. And on behalf of the Tempe All-City Association, I present you this plaque to commemorate tonight, and thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Congratulations to all of the athletes. Is this on or no? Congratulations to all the athletes and the coaches. And thank you to the Tempe All-City Association Committee for this humbling honor. Thank you to Bernquin for inducting me. And thank you for your support and friendship for all these years. I am a proud graduate of McClintock High School, and I loved my experience as a Charger. My teachers and coaches impacted me immediately as a 14-year-old freshman. On the first day of volleyball tryouts, I had somebody come up to me and tell me that I needed to wait outside. They thought I was somebody's younger sister because I wasn't even 5 feet tall yet. And they thought I was just watching tryouts, waiting for my sister to come out. Coach Kohler had to have seen my embarrassment, and she came over and introduced herself, and I said, I'm actually here for the tryouts, I'm a freshman. And she said, are you fast? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, okay, well, after practice, I'm gonna train you to be a setter. I need you to grow, and I need you to get rid of your brick hands, because I was not a setter at that point. She was true to her word, and she trained me for the next 3 years, and we were a state powerhouse at that time, and I was very grateful to her. Coach Daryl Shepard was our girls varsity basketball coach, and he brought me up for the state tournament. I was only there to be a practice player, just so we could run our usual 5-on-5 practices as the juniors and seniors were actually getting ready to compete. So that was my only role. I got to practice with them and learn so much, and I loved it. Until we got into games, the point guard got into foul trouble, and Coach called me off the bench, and I was in an ultimate panic. And I said, Coach, I don't know the plays. I haven't learned the plays. You haven't taught me the plays. And he said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Bring the ball up the floor, give it to Steph. She was our senior shooter. And then I just need you to stay in the back pocket of number 12. That's all you got to do. And I want you to press, and I want you to frustrate her and everybody else out there. Draw the fouls, get them into foul trouble. You have 5 fouls, don't waste any of them. Use them all. It's a great role. On to softball. I get out to softball tryouts, and I reported to the freshman field because I was a freshman, so it seemed logical. Coach Paul DeGrande came to me and asked me, what are you doing here? And I said, well, Coach, I'm trying out for softball. And he said, you need to get your backside. He said other things. You need to get your backside to the varsity field before you kill someone. I was a shortstop, and I could throw a little bit at the time, so he was more worried about me hurting people. He put me on JV just to get me used to the pitching, and then pulled me up to varsity. He asked me what my best position is, and I told him whatever he thought it was. I spent my freshman year at third before moving to shortstop. All of my coaches, Coaches Kohler, Shepard, Barber, Astor, and DeGrande, made me better athlete in all 3 sports, better teammate, and most importantly, a better person. They pushed me and encouraged me while holding me accountable. They prepared me physically and mentally to compete at the highest level, and they also prepared me for life's challenges and obstacles. They taught me how to compete with integrity, to battle adversity, and to be a team player. School didn't come easy for me. I had an older brother and sister that were honors, AP, all of those things, and it wasn't the same for me. I was very fortunate to have incredible teachers. Even the ones that I didn't really click with or connect with were patient with me, and they just stayed with me. I remember telling my mom on a particular day where I was very frustrated with the teacher that I didn't like the teacher. And she just laughed at me and said, "Who cares? You're not always easy either, and I'm sure she doesn't need any 16-year-old friends. She doesn't care if you like her or not. Dig in and work harder." So what seems like 100 years, I know Mr. Denton and Rincon were talking about how long ago we've all been here, and the association's been supporting you all. When I was, I believe, a sophomore in high school, Reggie Jackson was our guest speaker. My brother and sister will still laugh about this because our dad speaks about that often. My daughter and the rest of the grandkids all know the story as well because Dad tells his story a lot. If you don't know who Reggie Jackson is, you need to Google him, and if you play baseball and you don't know who Reggie Jackson is, shame on you. He could have gone on and on about his impressive career, but his only message was about academics. He stressed about getting grades because if you got grades, doors were going to open for you. He talked about all of the stuff that went into getting the grades, not just the letters: commitment, drive, perseverance, determination, work ethic. I was taught these qualities by my parents, brother, and sister, and they were certainly supported by my coaches and my teachers. Whether you guys are headed to college, you're headed to trade school, you're going on a mission, you're going into the workforce, you need these qualities to be successful in life. I encourage you to listen to your coaches and teachers as they teach you these life skills. I'm sure they've had a tremendous impact on you so far and will continue to do so if you allow it. I want to congratulate all of the young men and women on their accomplishments tonight. I also want to congratulate the parents and thank them for their commitments and sacrifices that you've made for your kids so they could compete in high school. Congratulations to all the coaches. What you do is not easy, but you are making a huge impact on kids, and I hope you continue to do so. Thank you again to the Tempe All-City Association for this honor and for the decades of support and service to so many young men and women. Thank you for your guidance and your leadership to empower us to make a difference in our community. Thank you to my teachers, coaches, and teammates. You are the reason I had success in high school, college, and in life. Thank you to my brother and sister for your encouragement and support. Thank you for all the games of catch and for making me tougher. Thank you for being the leaders and examples that I wanted to follow. Thank you to my parents for all the love and encouragement I could have hoped for, and thank you for all of the opportunities you created for me and allowed me to have. Being a McClintock Charger was a privilege, and I am proud to say that I went to school in the city of Tempe. I would not have been the student athlete that I was or the professional that I am today without the standards and expectations of the Tempe Union High School District. Thank you so much for everything, and I hope you guys enjoy your night.
We could have been in trouble. Mr. Rincon was going to steal my notes. The next awards that we would like to present are something that the Tempe All-City Association also started. And it's each one of these awards, there are two of them, and they're named after some special people. And Mr. Rincon has already mentioned Ann was the recipient of the Coach Kade Cowboy Award. Coach Kade, I don't know what to say about him other than what a great man. He's no longer with us, but he was my freshman football coach at ASU. And you bring in guys from New Jersey and Pennsylvania and places like that where it's a little bit cooler in the summer, maybe a little more humid, but a little bit cooler. And he would just sit there as we were running sprints on that field and dying. And he would say, "Hey, men, just like home, just like home." And he got, I don't know how many freshman football players through Coach Cush and the Arizona State University football program. So, Coach Kade, I know you're listening, so thank you. And this award's for you. The first person that we would like to recognize is Angel Paredes Gonzalez. Angel, you want to come on up? Angel's got quite a few accomplishments, so I just want to go through a few of them. He's a student at Tempe High School. Go Buffs. He's an IB course candidate. He's a recipient of the Breaking Barrier Award. He's a member of the chess and key clubs. He's the president of AVID. He's the soccer team captain for 2 years. He was a cross-country team member. He was a Joe Sella Award winner. That's a whole other story. I won't go into that one. He's a member of the THS Running Club, and he's just an outstanding young man. There's a couple of things. I want to read this, and I hope I don't embarrass you, but this is something that he wrote. And as I read through this, I just said, you know what? I've got to share this. My name is Angel Paredes Gonzalez. I am a first generation, and I am proud of my parents and family as my role models with good work ethics and having to keep up with both my siblings who went to college in Mexico and received their diploma in their respective fields. I lived in Phoenix at the same address for the past 8 years and attended Nevitt Elementary and Gilliland Middle Schools to the Tempe Elementary program. I believe all of the above. When I say all of the above, that was all of his accomplishments. Along with my family and teachers, has contributed to my successes while a student at Tempe High. It has most definitely molded me as a successful student with an assortment of barriers to overcome, but with a good foundation and outlook for me to continue with my college education. Thank you for selecting me for this prestigious Bill Kajikawa Excellence Award. Angel, congratulations. What an honor. There's also a $500 honorarium that goes along with this. So, Angel, there you go. Congratulations. The next person that I would like to call up here was Karen Jacobson. Karen is going to present our next award. I was just talking to Karen before this started. Actually, my first year we taught next door to each other. There were some portables at McClintock. They're not there anymore. I think they call it the Lego building now. But anyway, that's where we got our start. So, Karen?
Tonight, I'm here to give the Award of Excellence to the outstanding female athlete in the district. And this award is named after my daughter, Corey. In 1998, Corey received this award. Do you realize that's 24 years ago? That's almost a quarter of a century. It's kind of like Mr. Denton said, where does time go? When she got this award, I was such a proud mama. But not only that, I was a proud coach. I was Corey's badminton coach, and she was my only badminton athlete that won an individual state championship twice. I was also the softball coach, and she was one of my many softball athletes that were all-state and went on to D1 schools. She was also on the track team at the same time as softball, and because I had coached track, the track coaches trusted me enough to let me run her workouts after softball was over. So I take a little bit of credit in her track, Dave Klacka. Dave Klacka was her track coach. But I'm so honored, humbled, privileged to be able to have this award in her name. Because 15 years ago, I lost Corey. Corey was not only my daughter, my athlete, she was my best friend. And she loved this award. She told me it was one of her favorite awards that she ever got because it represents the total person, not just the athlete, not just what she did on the field or on the track or on the badminton court, but what she did in her classroom, what she did for her school, what she did for her community, and that's what this award is all about. So I'm always so proud, so honored, and so thankful to the Tempe Association for having this award in her name. And this year's award, also a very outstanding young lady, and her name is Catherine Chelsis, and she is from Desert Vista, and I would like her to come up, please. I always like to talk to the winner before I give the award, and I wasn't able to. So come closer. I do have a bio up here that I wish I would have had a little bit earlier. I know she's a swimmer, and I know she's going to Johns Hopkins, and I know she's an outstanding student, but let me just read some of her things here. Let me just read this first paragraph. This is good. Driven and passionate student in the top 1%, congratulations, of Desert Vista School's graduating class of 2022. Seeking an opportunity to utilize my strong foundation in science and mathematics to pursue an undergraduate degree in cellular and molecular biology, awesome, at Johns Hopkins University. Aspiring to attend medical school in hopes of achieving my lifelong dream of being a physician. Excited to use my strong communication skills and future healthcare knowledge to help my patients live a healthier life. Both at McClintock and Mountain Point, I taught human anatomy. I would have loved to have had you as a student. Just tell us one thing about you that's kind of interesting that's not on here, that you would share with everybody.
One thing that I really am passionate about is playing the piano. That's one thing that I don't really talk about that much. I really like playing the piano. Like, I've played it since I was, I would say, 5 years old. So I've just really, music has been a big part of my life, along with athletics and things like that, but I just don't really talk about that as much.
Awesome. Thank you. And congratulations. I also have the check for you and the plaque. And once again, give a round of applause for Catherine Chellis, winner of the Corey Jacobson Award.
Okay, now we're going to recognize the individual athletes from the teams, and it's going to take a little bit of coordination. So we're going to do it this way. Coaches, if you will come over here and line up, and we'll start with baseball first. We're going to go in order the way the program has it. So we'll go baseball, baseball coaches, if you'll come over here and stand. Athletes, if you'll go over there at those steps and try to coordinate this with your coach. So, for example, if you got the Tempe High coach up first, then we want the Tempe High players and so forth and so on. Then, when we're all done with each team, as we go through that, we will come back, take our seats, and then when all this is over and we've recognized all the teams, pictures will be out in the lobby of the auditorium. So, who's my first baseball coach? Coach, if you'll introduce yourself, the school you're from, and then introduce your players. Are we going to give them the plaques right now? Okay. Coach, you'll present the plaque. Barb's going to help you get it. So here you go.
Thank you so much. My name is Max Pincus. I'm the coach at Mountain Point High School. So my two players are Tegan Kearney. He's a junior outfielder. And Carlos Vega. He's a senior third baseman for us. So I think obviously because having these two gentlemen up here their numbers speak for themselves. But Tegan was a huge catalyst for us throughout this entire season, hitting at the top of our lineup, playing terrific center field. Carlos Vega was a senior third baseman, committing only two errors on the entire season, as well as leading our team in just about every single offensive category. So I think Carlos was really the lifeblood of our entire club this year. So give it a round of applause for the two gentlemen.
It's weird. I'm the elder coach now. Wow. Ann Pearson, I didn't see where she went. I just wanted to say real quick that your husband taught me how to hit in 6th grade. My dad was a baseball coach, and he sent me to go take lessons when he was at Grand Canyon University. So thought I'd give props to that. I have two athletes representing Corona del Sol in the all-city today. They are Justin Corliss and Landon Springmeier. Justin is accompanied by his parents, Todd and Teresa, and Landon is accompanied by his parents, Rob and Raquel. First off, Justin, the big donkey next to me here. He has been on varsity for 3 years. His freshman year was interrupted with that thing we call COVID, so that was an interesting introduction to the varsity team. But he's a junior outfielder and right-handed pitcher. He's been an integral part of our success the last 3 years. His performance in the classroom is just as much important to him as his achievement on the baseball field. Currently, he has excelled throughout high school and has a 3.93 GPA. On the offensive side, Justin was one of our most effective hitters this year, usually hitting in the middle of the order. He's a super aggressive hitter who can effectively hit to all fields. Through his hard work, he's become one of the toughest outs in the state. He ended the year hitting .365 with 20 RBIs and almost a .500 on-base percentage. He also was integral to us on the mound, throwing over 41 innings on the mound and winning 5 games for us. His performance at the plate and on the mound are one of the greatest reasons we were able to compete like we did. He was also voted All Central Region First Team for his success this year, and the best part about it is we get him back next year for his 4th year on varsity. Justin Corliss. Our other athlete that we had is Landon Springmeier. On a junior-heavy team this year, he was one of our leaders, both on the field and in the classroom. He's a true definition of a student athlete. He continues to dominate school with a 4.0 GPA. Such an incredible worker, tenacious competitor. Those attributes lead to an important part of the team dynamic and so effective in team leadership. Also, for anybody that knows baseball, being strong behind the plate is a huge thing for baseball. And Landon, just about as good as they get in anchoring our defense. He can block, he can throw, he can receive, and most of all, he communicates so very well. In modern baseball, too, being stronger is a big deal. And Landon took that on. He's gained over 50 pounds of muscle in the last 2 years, and it really changed his game this year, especially offensively. He ended up hitting .355 with 5 home runs and 20 RBIs. Overall, just a fantastic kid to be around. Landon was also first-team All-Central Region catcher for 2022, and next year he returns as well to the Crown of the Sun, Landon Springmeier.
Let's go, boys. Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank the All-City Association for everything that they do for the schools and high school sports. It is greatly appreciated. I have the honor to introduce 3 great individuals this year. I'll begin with sophomore JP Mcintyre. Acknowledge yourself. JP is the second sophomore in the years that I've been at Marcos to be honored in All-City. JP is a second year on varsity after coming up during the middle of his freshman year and contributing as a freshman. JP is the prototypical can-do-it-all player. As a sophomore, he led the team in ERA and was second on the team in hitting, right behind the other kid over there. I'm beyond excited to see JP develop even more over the next 2 years at the plate and defensively. Congratulations, JP. There you go, sir. Second, we have Junior Noah Hine. Noah is in his first year with the program after not playing baseball last year. Noah began the year not starting for varsity, worked his way into the starting role while leading the team on and off the field. Noah's another one of those can-do-it-all players. Wherever you say, he'll go. He pitched, he played infield, he played outfield. I'm really lucky and blessed to have these 2 individuals that you ask them a question, yeah, coach, I can do that. So, congratulations, Noah. Finally, we have our senior leader, Rosalino Valenzuela Jr. Lino, as we call him, is the one that really made this team go. While his 3 years of barely hearing a word out of Lino, this year he took over the role of captain as our vocal leader of the team. Lino was in the mix whenever we were successful on the field and one of the first people to remind players what their role was, whether it was a little joke or a little jab at his little brother, when everything was needed. Thank you, Lino.
Thank you. My name's Coach Rare from Desert Vista. Real quick, I didn't get a chance to compete against Coach from Marcos and Tempe, but when I was hired, they said don't compliment Corona or Mountain Point, but I'm going to break the rules. Those guys that were up here tonight, they're really good players, so congratulations to everyone, but those guys, congratulations. Our guys, James Warren, I don't know why they call him Jimmy, but we call him Jimmy, and I don't think his mom likes it, but he's just a tough dude, our team leader, a little militant team leader, but kind of guys that you love. But the most important thing, even over baseball, he's a 4.5 GPA. I mean, end of story. First team all-region in a pretty tough region, and I just fell in love with the kid, and I was lucky to coach him. So, James Warren, congratulations.
Thanks, Coach. You want your pen back? Okay. Luis, will you come up? I'm Coach Whittlesbach from Tempe High. If we could give this. Luis Renteria here is all-city pitcher, but more importantly, he's accompanied by Mom, Maria, wave your hand, and his sister, Crystal. Thank you for coming here. I want to talk less about baseball. Luis has a 3.8 GPA. He is a part of an all-academic team. He made second region, all second region, second team. But more importantly, when I met this guy, he was a freshman, and he never talked. I can't really explain how interesting he was. So smart and he was so talented, but he was so quiet. Now seeing him as a junior, I'm so excited for his future. I just wanted to say one last thing. I'm the teacher of the autism program, and every day around lunch, almost every day, he comes in my room and he builds a relationship with my students and comes in and just gives them a fifth pump or just like, hey, how you doing to our kids? And every time they come in, they run to the door and they just hug him and love him. And to me, that's more than baseball. He has made an impact with my students at our level, and I just really appreciate it. My man.
Let's give one more round of applause for our baseball players. Okay, softball coaches. One housekeeping item. If you'd walk over here and pick up your plaques when you come up here. That's why Barb's where she's at, because she keeps saying, you want to come up this way? Okay. Coaches, come over here. Sorry. My first time. Yeah, and then we'll come across here and pick up your plaques.
Stuck me with it first. Thanks. Ladies, if you will join me up here. There's too many of these awards. Sorry. I've got 6 of these awards up here, and they're falling all over the place, so please forgive me. My name is Sean Thornton. I'm the head coach at Corona del Sol, and it is my honor to introduce these 6 wonderful ladies that we have. This year, we had won our first playoff game for the first time in 4 years, and you're looking at 6 of the biggest reasons why. It has been collectively one of the greatest teams I've been able to be a part of. Hard workers, just girls that want to put in a lot of time and effort and constantly looking for ways to get better. And of course, the sense of humor is you've got big beaming smiles up here right now. It is absolutely an honor to have all of you. They have left quite a mark on this program, and we will truly remember everything you did for us. So first up, we have Emmeline Brinka, who was the first baseman on the All-City team. Emmeline is accompanied by her parents, Paul and Becky. She has been on the varsity team for 4 years. She moved here from Iowa and landed at Corona del Sol. She has been part of multiple all-region teams, part of just multiple all-city teams. This year, she really took it upon herself. She's been a starting pitcher for us for 4 years. She took it upon herself to make her batting a lot better, and then that is one of the biggest areas that she strived in. She's someone that constantly works hard. She's up at about 5 o'clock every morning working out, I believe, and she'd tell you about it every day, let you know what she did and make sure she's eating the right things. And all of her hard work has paid off. She was named the Corona del Sol Female Athlete of the Year, and she will go on to continue her softball career next year at the University of Memphis. Hey, you're welcome. Up next, we have Bella Cummins, who was selected as an all-city outfielder. Bella is accompanied by her parents, Christopher and Lisa. Bella's been a 3-year starter for us. She has been able to play pretty much every position that we've asked. I believe at one point she wanted to see if she could become a left-handed shortstop for us as well. Didn't work out as well as we had hoped, but she did, in fact, give it a shot. Bella has been the team leader in batting average for the past couple years, for the past 2 years to be exact. And, you know, I remember having a conversation with her earlier this year, and we were just talking about her freshman and sophomore years, and she's like, honestly, I just thought you were an idiot because you never played me. And then when you finally gave me a shot, I showed you how good I was at the plate. I was like, you're right. You've done an amazing job for us, and you have led us in hitting and most hitting categories for the past couple years. This is your second all-city team, as well as your multiple all-region teams. And next year, Bella will continue her career at Corbin University in Salem, Oregon. Next. Megan Susie Ireland, third base. Megan is accompanied by her parents, Tina, Mark, and Mark. She is a 3-year varsity starter for us. She has taken over at third base and is, again, one of our biggest leaders in the offensive component. The one thing that we truly love about Megan, aside from her wonderful personality, is the fact that she is the one person that after every single practice, she'll yell as you're walking out, Thornton, 5 more ground balls. It's like, all right, here we go. Or she wants 5 more swings. She's the one that stays after every time to continue working because whatever we did in practice wasn't enough and she had to keep going. She is one of the hardest workers that we've had, and she just has really just displayed all the leadership qualities that we could have looked for. And with that, she'll be continuing her softball career at Vanguard University next year. Gina Jackson, outfielder. Gina was a transfer student. You know, you don't ask for transfers, but when they show up, you're pretty happy about it. Gina Jackson came over from another school down the street. Gina Jackson is a game changer for us defensively and offensively. She covers more ground than I think anybody I've ever seen. Ball goes up in the air, you're pretty much sure that that thing's getting caught. We're just going to move on to the next batter, and we're going to be okay. Offensively, she was hitting at .515 when the voting went through. She has so much speed that as long as the ball gets into play, she's going to beat out anything. She's a left-handed slapper and just a great hitter for us, and she was just a dynamic piece that we added and really kind of helped put us over and helped us get to that playoff win this year. Gina Jackson is only a junior. It is, I believe, her first all-city selection as well as multiple all-region selections. And we're lucky enough to get Gina Jackson back for one more year. Gina Jackson. We got next. Isabel Freund, shortstop. Belle is selected into her first all-city team. She also made her first all-region team this year. She's a 3-year varsity starter for us. This year, Belle led in almost every offensive, or she was near the top in every offensive category. RBIs, we could list them off. I think the one that she'd be most proud of, especially because I called her slow when the season started, was she led our team in stolen bases. I'm not sure if people were just calling wild pitches stolen bases, but nonetheless, you led the team. Congratulations. Her high IQ is something that we really did we needed and made useful. Between our pitchers and Bell and our other catchers, we were able to have a great game plan going into everything that we did. And if you look at the teams that are still left in the playoffs, we have played every one of them to at least one run in a game. And it's because we had such high IQ people like Bell helping us set up our game plans every week. Shortstop, Bell Freund. And last but not least, we have Lonnie Beltran, second base. Lonnie Beltran is a 3-year varsity starter. She is the one person that will always smile. She'll always be happy, and no matter what you ask her to do, she will do. She was one of our highest on-base percentage people on the team, but she did it in more roundabout ways. She may have led the state in hit by pitches. She took a number of walks. She would work every single count. She was never an easy out for anybody, and she did her best to get on, and she did every job we ever asked her to. She put down a couple squeezes for us and multiple bunts throughout the course of the year. And that wasn't even her best asset. We struggled a little bit at the beginning defensively, right? We worked on a couple things, and on at least the second half of the season, Lonnie was near perfect defensively at second base. And it says a lot if you understand anything about the way our team plays, the way our pitcher throws. Lonnie's going to take most of the ground balls that come her way. And if you look at some of the people that we play, you're going to meet 3 of them in a minute, that we get to play multiple times. That's no tough task to get some of these girls out. They're sending just laser beams at you. And she managed to make sure that she got everything taken care of. She was one of our team leaders in defense, and that is why she's standing in front of you as an all-city selection. Lonnie Beltran. Thank you. And once again, our selections from Corona del Sol for the all-city team.
Good evening. My name is Chris Grau. I'm the head softball coach here at Desert Vista High School, and I would also like to thank the Tempe All-City Association for this award ceremony and taking the time to recognize all of these outstanding spring sport athletes. In addition, I would also like to take a minute and recognize our administration there at Desert Vista High School for the incredible support over the last several years. First, Mike Dignan, our principal, and David Klecker, our school's athletic director. You guys are awesome by the way you support us in everything that you do. So tonight, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce 3 outstanding young ladies, Jocelyn Brisky, Stephanie Kiefer, and Alexa War. First is Jocelyn Brisky. Tonight, she is accompanied by her parents, Paul and Melissa. I get the pleasure of coaching this extremely talented and record-breaking student athlete. Jocelyn excels on and off the field. Off the field, she carries a weighted GPA of 4.3. This year on the field, she's taken an excellent leadership role, and that role has been a big part of the success we've had during the course of this year. In addition, she goes above and beyond by doing outside training, weightlifting, pitching, and hitting lessons, in addition to her regular practices that we have during the year. Now, for the record she's broken this year. This year, she has broken the all-time strikeout record for a season with 294 strikeouts and has a career strikeout record of 746, and that is with the 2 abbreviated seasons that we've had. Quite incredible. She also has the most wins in a regular season with 21. She also has the most shutouts for a season at 12 and the best ERA of a pitcher in a season with a .25. Not only is her pitching phenomenal, but she also is a beast at the plate. She is second all-time batting average in DV history. She has the best ever on-base percentage at .657 and slugging percentage of 1.089. Currently, she is 1 home run shy of tying the single season home run record at 14. Her current fielding percentage is .992. Her energy and enthusiasm is unmatched. Last year, she was nominated as Gatorade Player of the Year, as well as the USA Today Player of the Year, and she was a finalist here in the state of Arizona for that. Fortunately for me, we get to work with her for one more year before she takes her talents to the University of Alabama. Jocelyn Brisky. Next, we have Stephanie Kiefer. Tonight, Stephanie is accompanied by her parents, Greg and Suzanne, as well as her grandmothers, Dottie and Linda. Stephanie truly is a blast to coach. She is a high-energy and spirited young lady who is always making us laugh and enjoy what we do out there every day. For the past 3 years, she has been our starting right fielder and continues to improve her game offensively and defensively. As a result of her improvement, she has been named first team All-City and second team Central Region. As a junior, she has a batting average of .382 with a slugging percentage of .431 with 7 stolen bases. Defensively, she has tremendous range and plays with a passion and is a total team player. We are so excited that we get to have her back one more year, Stephanie Kiefer. Finally, we have Alexa War. She is a remarkable student athlete who makes me a better coach and person. She is a field general. Her leadership is amazing. She is always helping the team be at their best, whether that's in the weight room or on the field. She is a phenomenal communicator and is well respected by the coaches in our region. Alexa has been a 3-year starter and has some very impressive numbers during this time. As an example, this year she has a batting average of .465, a slugging percentage of .732 with 5 home runs and 27 RBIs. What's most impressive is that currently her fielding percentage is 1.00 and her caught stealing percentage is .917, throwing 12 out of the 14 runners out attempting to steal on her. This year, for the second time in a row, she is the 6A Central Region Defensive Player of the Year, and again, All-City as well. She goes above and beyond in all facets of her game. In the classroom, her character is tremendous. Her teachers and anyone around her knows that she goes above and beyond on all that she does. She has a 4.48 GPA, and her teachers continue to talk about her class performance and attitude. Alexa continues to leave a tremendous legacy on our program, and we are very excited and proud of her accomplishments, and I get to coach her for one more year. These ladies right here have gone above and beyond to help our program achieve new heights, and I'm truly honored and blessed to be working with them. Ladies, congratulations.
One more round of applause for the softball players. Next, we have girls tennis.
Promise I'm not preaching a sermon. Okay, just got it here. Oh, my notes. Hey, I want to first of all thank the Tempe All-City Association for everything that they do. My name is Bob Wakefield, and I have the great pleasure and honor of being the head girls tennis coach at Desert Vista High School. Tennis is a little bit different than a lot of the sports you've seen already up here tonight. These 3 ladies that you see in front of you are top-ranked players in the United States Tennis Association Southwest section. They don't have to play high school tennis. They don't need to play high school tennis. They choose to play high school tennis. And they are great teammates. I coach a little football too, and a lot of times it's said it's not about the X's and the O's, it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. In my situation in Desert Vista, it's all about the Sydneys, it's all about the Graces, it's all about the Natalies, and the other members of our team. But without these 3 girls leading and being a part of the team the way they do, they show their leadership on and off the court. The rest of the team wants to be around them. the rest of the team is willing to take instruction and listen to what they have to say in strategy. It's almost like having 3 other coaches on the court. So it's been a great year. And what's even better, they're all coming back. So let me go on and tell you a little bit about our team. We were 11-4 this year in the regular season, 12-5 overall, state team quarterfinalist. And again, without these 3 being here, that doesn't happen. As a doubles team, Natalie and Grace ended up being 11-4 overall. They were state semifinalists, which puts them in the individual tournament in the top 4 in the state. And of course, now they are Tempe All-City recipients. Sydney is also 8-1 during the regular season and was a state also semifinalist, which puts her in the top 4 in the state. And again, is a Tempe All-City recipient. It's just such an honor to come here. I've been on this stage several times. I've been around the school district for a little while, a minute or two, and have had an opportunity to do this for different athletes. And these 3 young ladies just epitomize why you want to coach. They give of themselves, they're selfless, they're servant leaders, even if they don't know what that means all the time, they just do it. They just do it. And that's why we are successful at Desert Vista with our tennis program. I'm so thankful for them. I'm blessed to have them on our squad. Let me just tell you who they are, okay? Number 1 singles player, Desert Vista High School, Sydney Schnell. Our number 2 singles player at Desert Vista, Natalie Visick. And our number 3 singles player at Desert Vista, Grace Rooney. Ladies, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All 3 of those are coming back. Wow, you're going to be loaded next year. One more round of applause for those 3 young ladies. Boys tennis.
Good evening. It's definitely been my privilege to coach boys tennis at McClintock for the last 10 years. It's also been my great privilege to coach these 2 wonderful young men. Not only did they go undefeated in the regular season and make it to the quarterfinals of the state tournament individually, but they led our team to the quarterfinals as well. So their leadership was definitely extremely impressive. In addition, they were voted by the other coaches in our division as the section players of the year for doubles, which just goes to show their leadership, their sportsmanship, as well as their skill. And I was extremely proud of that for them. First of all, this is Zach Daniel, and he is my senior. I've had the privilege of working with Zach for 4 years. He's been varsity for 4 years. When he came out as a small freshman, he dominated our team with his athletic ability. But more than that, he changed the culture of tennis at McClintock. We were a bunch of tennis players who played and left at the end of practice. Zach, even as a freshman, rallied them to the point that now not a single match goes by that the team doesn't decide where they're going out after the practices and the match to hang out together as a group. I think that's a great legacy that he has left us, and I really appreciate that. Zach is going to be going to college, but also one of his passions is he's a drummer. He's a very, very gifted drummer and musician, and I look forward to seeing what he does in the future. Jackson is only a sophomore. I get 2 more wonderful years with Jackson. Jackson is a wonderful tennis player. He plays a lot of tennis on his own. He plays tournaments around the valley. He's involved with his church and does a lot of community service. And one of the things that I love about Jackson is there'll be times where I'm watching him during a match, and all of a sudden I see him giving coaching tips to the other team and helping them to become better players. And so in addition to helping our own teammates, he's willing to work with anybody from any team. And I think that's the reason why these two are receiving the recognition that they are around our division. So congratulations to both Jackson and Zach.
Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations, players. Boys track and field.
Thank you. All right. I have the privilege of introducing Corondell Souls track athletes from the All-City. I got to say that tonight is a little special for me. This is my second year as head coach at Corondell Soul. So I've done this All-City banquet last year and then this year, and I had the opportunity to kind of go and watch a couple years ago. However, I am a former Padre, class of '03. So being back here and having the opportunity to introduce this award to two phenomenal athletes, at my alma mater is very special to me. And these two athletes that I'm giving it to really encompass the things that, as an athlete here at Marcos, that I kind of learned and that I hope to impart onto the athletes that I coach. They really do a good job of representing that. The first one is to an individual by the name of Bernquin. One of the things that I think is important for an athlete is growth. Last year when we were here, I presented the same awards to Brett, the All-City Award, for 2 events. This year, I'm giving it to him for 3 events. He won the high jump, the long jump, and the triple jump at the city meet. So it was not just a single event, not just a double event, but all 3 jump events. But when I say growth, I don't just mean that he did another event. I had the joy of working with Brett over summer. We went to Jacksonville for a Junior Olympic Nationals for the USA Track and Field. And I can tell you the athlete that was standing on the stage at McClintock High School last year is not the athlete that's standing on the stage right now. He has grown immensely as an individual and as an athlete. And the things that he basically has brought to the sport, to his leadership, to his ability to talk and work with the teammates is a lot different and a huge growth, and I'm extremely proud to see him grow that way. The next award is going to Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker is new to our team and our program. This is now the 3rd time, though, that I've had the privilege, or someone's had the privilege of talking about Jalen this year. Jalen won an award at our banquet last week. Jalen also just recently signed with Jackson State, so we had an opportunity to talk to him for that. And then he's up here tonight. And none of those things are a mistake. None of those things should be taken for granted. Jalen is an immense leader. Jalen is one of those ones who will stay and talk to kids, tell them how to make themselves better. We have a couple kids this year that are leaving our throws program, And each and every one of them said, we want to make sure that we're leaving someone to take over this program when we're gone. And just his ability to encourage, to inspire, and to just increase the sport is incredible. So we're glad to give these awards to Brett Nguyen and to Jalen Walker.
All right, I'm Colin Mattoon. I'm the boys' head coach over at Desert Vista. We got 3 tremendous young men up here with me. I'm going to start with David Nation on the far side. David is a senior. He's headed to Western New Mexico for football. He had nothing really tying him to coming out this season. He's ready to roll. We know he's going to represent us well there. But he wanted to come get after it this spring. That's just who he is. He's a guy that likes to compete. And so David is representing Tempe Union as the champion in the discus with a throw of 149.5. He's also going to be representing DV in the district at state in shot put. So we're really excited to watch him on Wednesday and Saturday in his 2 field events. If you've ever been to Desert Vista for a meet, you'll know that our throwing fields are pretty much in Casa Grande. They're way down there. So David, I don't get to see him a whole lot other than meets and meet prep days, but he's one of those guys we're lucky to have because he's just out there behind the scenes putting in the work and getting after it. So David, congratulations. Right next to me, I've got Hayden Gorwitz. Hayden is a sophomore, and not only is he tremendous at what he does. We're representing the city meet today, but about 48 hours ago, Hayden became the most recent Division I state champion in the javelin. So, while Hayden has such a high potential and already such high early success, he's the first one to turn and focus on his teammates. You know, at this meet on Saturday, he's getting handed his medal, his awards, and he's focused on his teammates that finished 7th and 8th. In every social media post, he's pointing out the PRs and the accomplishments of his teammates around him. And so, Hayden, don't lose sight of that. Continue to lead through example and continue to build your team up. So, thank you. And then I've got Rowan Martinez with me here in the middle. Rowan makes me laugh. Unfortunately, Rowan gets to work with me every day. Rowan is brand new to track and field. For the other coaches out there, you know that if you have an athlete that walks into the gates before practice, you lock them and you don't let them go. You've got 18 events. You can find a home for them. And so Rowan, we're still figuring a lot out, but we're having a lot of success. And so he's just very raw. He's a guy that likes to compete. You can tell him to do anything in practice, and he's going to do it with a smile on his face. I laugh because just last Thursday we were talking about the 4x1 at state, and I said, Rowan, we're going to need you to run the 4x1 on Saturday. And he goes, but coach, those guys are fast. And we're like, Rowan, you are too, buddy. There's a reason you went to Arcadia and Mount Sac, and now you're at the state meet. So Rowan, keep working, stay focused, and you've got a bright future ahead of you. Rowan Martinez, 400 meter.
Hi, thank you. My name is Kylie Kieser, and I'm the distance coach at McClintock High School. 11 years ago, I was right here where you athletes were, receiving my own all-city honors from my coach. And today I have the distinct honor and pleasure to award Tyler Scherenberg the same honor. He won the 800 and the 1600 for us at the city meet just a few weeks ago. This season, I could not be more proud of not only the man he has become, but the athlete he has become. He was a huge part of our 4th place finish at the state meet this past weekend in the 4x800 meter relay, and we cannot wait to see him in his 3 other events this week. Tyler not only excels on the track, but he also excels in the classroom. He currently has a 4.5 weighted GPA. He plans to attend Arizona State University, where he plans to study medicine in hopes of becoming an orthopedic surgeon. He also plans on walking on to the ASU track program. Thank you, Tyler, for buying into the McClintock program, for working hard. You deserve it all. Good luck in the future. You will be missed. And just remember, once a Charger, always a Charger.
Hello, I'm Don Abram. I'm the head track coach over at McClintock High School. And I have the pleasure to introduce Yvonne Ortiz and Prince Conti. They both run for me at McClintock, but I'm not going to stand there and talk about the accomplishments right now because we still got work to do. So I'm a little superstitious about that, but I do want to talk about how they're helping us at McClintock lay a foundation that is really needed for young men to understand that they are using the tool that God gave them to help them become complete men, and also learning to respect themselves and have self-confidence. And that's the foundation we're trying to lay at McClintock right now. So this is just a product of what we're doing right now, and I feel really bad because the rest of the team is not here, because I think they also is a part of what they're doing. So the accomplishments is fine and dandy athletically, but these young men need to understand what it takes to move on in life beyond McClintock. So I just want to congratulate them. It's Yvonne Ortiz. He's a 200 guy. He runs the 400 and also the 100 for us. And Prince Conti, he also runs the 1, the 2, and the 4. And I also want to say this is a pleasure coaching against coaches like Trivia, who's now into its city, Tempe City, and it's just a pleasure to get to know you. Okay, and also I want to thank our athletic director for entrusting me with the program.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you. Okay, girls track and field.
Sorry, I got my hands full here. Hold on. It's a good thing. Okay. All right, hello. My name is Tori Tyler. I am the girls' track coach at Desert Vista. This is my first year taking on the head coach position. The last 8 years I've been a pole vault coach at DV, and admittedly I've been kind of isolated in my pole vault world, coaching my athletes, but I've had the pleasure of getting to know these young ladies a little bit more this season. I've had a couple of them their freshman year, so it's kind of fun to watch them grow over the years and just see what they do. So first up we have Maya Moore. I had the pleasure of having Maya her freshman year in freshman weight training. Maya's a multi-sport athlete. She is also a soccer player. This year she wasn't thinking about coming out for track, but I tracked her down and begged her to come out, and I'm very happy she came out. She's a shot putter. Her PR is 33 feet 2 inches, and I'm expecting her to throw a little bit further, maybe at state this week. So she'll be performing or continuing on at state. And then she'll be also continuing her athletic career at Scottsdale Community College, where she'll be an artichoke. So thank you, Maya. Next up, we have Kade. She is our discus champion. Her PR is 109 feet and 3 inches, which is pretty darn impressive. I want to thank Kade for her leadership. This year, we only had 3 female throwers at the beginning of the year, and I asked her and her coach to come out and teach a lesson to my girls' PE class, and she was able to recruit 3 girls from that class, and I think we had 6 maybe freshmen, and we got our numbers up to about 10 female throwers. So I really appreciate what a hard worker she is. She's an old soul, just one of the kindest people I've ever met. And she was a great leader, a great mentor to those younger freshmen, just making them feel really comfortable, because it's a little intimidating to come out for throws when you got these big guys. You got David Nation out there to all these little freshman girls. So it was really comforting to have Kade there. So thank you. All right, Tatum Cars. So I had Tatum as well as a freshman. She's a junior now. Both Maya and Kade are seniors, so they will not be continuing on with us. Katie's going to go to ASU. Tatum is a junior, so I get to have her 1 more year. Been really excited to watch Tatum progress this year. She's improved in, she's a hurdler. She's improved by 2 seconds in both of her races. She qualified in both hurdle events for state, so she'll be continuing on this week. And she's a great teammate. She's a constant on our team, and I really appreciate all the hard work she's put forth this year. And she's really trusted the process, and she's seen the results. So I'm excited to watch her continue to compete this week. So thank you, Tatum. All right, Maddie Gerloffs. So Maddie is the city champ for the 800. Same thing, Maddie this year, every race she's ran, she's shaved off time. So it's been really fun to see her progress this year. She's a great teammate. She comes to meets even when she's not running to cheer on her teammates. She's never missed a practice, so she's super committed to our team, and she's just a great leader, and I really appreciate everything that she's done for our team this year, too. Thank you, Maddie. All right, and then we got Emily. Next page. Emily is our city champ in the 3200. Emily is continue on at state this week as well, competing in the her individual races for the 1600 and 3200 meters. So I'm really excited to see her continue this week. She, on Saturday, was a member of the state runner-up 4x8 team. I believe you you were the first leg, right? Yeah, so she started us off on a great start. And then Emily, again, great leadership, hard worker in the classroom, all these girls are, and she is a junior, right? Yeah, junior. And then Maddie's a junior as well, so we'll get to see them again next year. So thank you, and good luck in your individual races this week. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Brian Crane. I'm the head girls track coach at Corona del Sol High School. I also coach long and triple jump, so I'm so honored to introduce to you Sophia Wyatt. She won the long jump at our city meet a few weeks ago. Her mother, Lisa, her dad, John, and her sister, Emily, are attending Emily's choir concert. So they're here with us probably via picture. We'll have to send them one, okay? Emily's fantastic. She's a leader. She's the type of athlete that if I am 5 minutes late to practice and I ask her to get things going, she'll get them moving for me. She has a 3.97 GPA. She's a great athlete, but a better person. She's also the winner of our Joe Sello Award on the women's side for our track team this year. You guys know what that's all about. It's just the all-around person. She's phenomenal. She jumped 17.4 at the city meet for the long jump. And for those of you who don't know, when young women are in the 17-foot range, that's something special. And so lucky for us, she's a junior, so she's coming back next year. And I know she's going to build upon that. She works very hard. She helps athletes that are younger than her. She takes coaching very well. I can't say enough about her. We're very lucky to have her. She'll be competing in the state meet in the long jump on Wednesday and the triple jump on Saturday. And I'm so proud of her and proud to be her coach. Congratulations, Sophia.
First of all, I want to say I want to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for even allowing me to be here. I want to thank Aaron Frana for giving me a chance and an opportunity to coach Mountain Point Pride girls track and field team. I am honored, and I'm about to cry because I love these girls, and I love being over at Mountain Point, and it has been one heck of a ride. It's been a fantastic time and a different adventure every day. I want to start with April. Right here, April is our high jump winner at the city meet. And what's so fantastic about April and what she did at city meet is she started with us late, so she didn't even go through the whole season of training and preparation. And just off of her sheer heart and desire and raw athletic ability, she comes from an athletic background with her dad and stuff. She went over and did what she wanted to do, and I'm very proud of you for that. And we have another year to go, another year to grow, and another year to be here next year. And so I'm proud of you, April Wright. Oh, you your head. Yeah. And they're beautiful. Look at them. Matter of fact, all of you guys look amazing off the track and off the field. So kudos to you. Next, we have Jasmine Corbin. I'm a little nervous. Jasmine here does the 300-meter hurdles. And Jasmine is a transfer from Desert Vista to Mountain Point with us. And she didn't run with us until after Chandler Rotary. So winning the city meet is an amazing feat, and that goes to show you how much work she was putting into those practices. And when she wasn't at track meet, how much of herself she was just training and training and training for the one day that she got to show out. And so I am so proud of you, Jasmine, and you look beautiful going over those hurdles. Girl, you look like me. So, great job, Jasmine. Somebody call your name, Jasmine? Okay. So we have Trinity. Trinity is a transfer over from Chandler to Mountain Point with us. And let me tell you, I can't even begin to understand how Trinity was able to handle the tremendous amount of stress and pressure that went into that whole process. And her first meet with us was Chandler Rotary, which is a high-profile meet. And she went out and did her very best in a short span of time. And every meet after that, she just went faster and faster and faster. And now she's leading us full charge. And at practices, it's just like an elite athlete's training session. it reminds me of when we used to train. So she conducts herself like a professional out there. The attention she pays to warming up, the attention she pays to training and in her times. I really have to be on point with my mind and my workouts and stuff to handle the questions that she had for me, and she's made me a better coach. And she led our 4x1 to a state leading time at the preliminary state track meet on Saturday. So congratulations, Trinity. And she was, wait, she was accepted into the Michigan School of Business, which is really hard to do, and she's not even a freshman yet. So that shows you how smart she is. So congratulations, Trinity. Thank you, guys.
Lift your head, Chloe. Good evening, everyone. My name is Geronda Montaño, and I am the throws coach at McClintock High School. I want to acknowledge and say thank you to our athletic director, Mr. Jermaine Whitaker, and to the entire McClintock High School track and field coaching staff. And I want to give a special thanks to Coach Don. And I want to give that special thanks to Coach Don because he really does allow us as coaches to coach, to do what is necessary to bring these young people to a point where they can see that if they just give in to the possibilities of their success, that they absolutely can accomplish it. I'm so honored to acknowledge Miss Chloe Bolin today. So I have this quote in my mind. It's something that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I hope I don't mess it up. He said, "The measure of a man is not how he behaves in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge." And when I met Chloe this semester, she's a junior. She's never competed in track and field before. I met her in her soccer cleats, and she said she was coming out for track and field. A lot of people say they're coming out for track and field, but she did it. She came out. And when she came out, she didn't know that she was going to keep on those soccer cleats, and she's kept on those soccer cleats all season. She threw her best mark at the city meet in those soccer cleats. And there was something that I saw change in the moment when Chloe thought that she may not be the top performer in that meet. And let me tell you, she did not start as the top performer. Javelin is not an event that is conducted at every meet. It is an event that you need enough space for so that no one gets killed, right? So some meets don't even have that event. And so Chloe had very limited opportunities to get to a point where she could believe that she could really do this. And when she came down the runway on her very last attempt, when someone had just passed her, it was the athlete from DV, I saw in her eyes this thing that said, "Not today." Like, this is personal. This is for me. And that's the moment when I knew we've got her. She's a junior. She'll be back next year. And she, on Wednesday, will be competing in the state championship for javelin. Chloe, you are amazing. I so believe in you. And yes, this is personal.
I'm back. So since she's quoting people, I'm gonna quote a famous lady, my mother. She said, the measurement of your heart is the extension of your hard work. My mother used to tell me that. And for you guys who never mowed a lawn with a push mower, you don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that represents her. This is Ranaja Engelmann. She came over as a freshman, a transfer from Desert Ridge. And that quote fits her. the measurement of your heart is the extension of your hard work, because she worked hard, and when she first came, I was like, oh, okay, you know. She didn't know too much about track, but here she is now, and now she's competing in the state in the 400. I think she's in the top 12 or 13 in the state in 400, and that's phenomenal for a girl who was looking for help as a freshman. Now, she didn't get to run because of the COVID, but this is actually a second year running for me. And she's done a phenomenal job, and I'm excited. I'm very excited. But she's part of that, what I was talking about earlier about the foundation, laying that foundation, and she's a big part of that, and she's one of the leaders of our girls' team. So I'm just so proud to give this to her tonight.
Boys volleyball.
How you guys doing? Ooh, big one. Not used to the microphone. Don't need to use my teacher's voice, right? My name is Mark Bernquin. I'm the head coach of Desert Vista Boys Volleyball, at least for the past 6 weeks, 5 weeks. Yep, I've been the JV coach for 11 years, and Dave Klecka comes into my room and goes, would you like to be the head coach? Absolutely. And I've had just the great privilege to work with this amazing team for the past few weeks. I've known most of these guys for quite a while, and we have 3 members of the all-city team. One is unable to be here. That's our setter, Chaz Barrett. He had family obligations, so he wasn't able to be here. But these 2 guys next to me are part of just an amazing team. We're still going. We've got Brophy tomorrow night. So, you know, we got to go up there and try and take Brophy down. First guy I want to talk about is Jackson Walsh. We stole Jackson from soccer. And Trent Elliott, the soccer coach, is still upset at us, but he can't be too upset. They won state this year. Jackson has been playing volleyball seriously for 1 year. And he is one of the, if not the best middle in the state of Arizona right now. He's worth the ticket to come and watch him play. His athletic ability and what he's been able to pick up in the past year is amazing. And to be able to be part of that and to help him grow and to help him become just this phenomenal player is just what you coach for. That's why you coach. And he has been named second team all-region, and in a region where we have 3 teams in the final 8, to be second team all-region as a junior, playing for 1 year is just phenomenal. So it's been a pleasure, and he's got another year with us, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how much better he improves for next year. So Jackson Walsh, just a great volleyball player and great kid. And Will Bolson. Will came, transferred in from California last year, and we're really lucky to get him into the program. From the day he stepped on the court, he was a leader on our team. He came in and said, we are going to be a good team. We are going to compete with the best of the best. We are going to make this program as good as it can possibly be. Ever since he's been at Desert Vista, he's been a 6 rotation player, which means he does not come off the court. He plays back row defense. He plays front row outside hitter, one of the top outside hitters in the state. Just phenomenal. He's been a team captain this year. He's my coach on the court. He's the guy who's on the court, and he's making the decisions. He's keeping everybody calm. He's making us better every time he's out on the court. And it's just been a pleasure to have him on the team. He was named first team all-region as an outside hitter, which is a phenomenal accomplishment. And it's just been so much fun to have him and to get to know him. And we're looking forward to having some fun tomorrow night. Also want to thank these guys over here, Corona Mountain Point. We had some great competition this year, and Corona's in the quarterfinals as well, so I'd definitely like to wish them good luck in their match tomorrow night against Highland. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Coach.
I'm Coach Jeff. I am the Corona del Sol boys varsity head coach. I'd first like to thank the Tempe All-City Association for putting on this great event to honor our student athletes. I would also like to thank the best athletic director in the state of Mr. Brian Fleming for all of his support this year. The first player I am introducing tonight is Kade Banks. Kade is here tonight with his mom, Jennifer. This is Kade's second time on Tempe All-City. He also made first team All-Region for Central Region. He's our team setter and one of our captains. He strives to be his best at all times, and his teammates see that. Kade was a constant facilitator to the team, helping each player become successful on the court. Kade is a natural volleyball player. He is one of our leaders in statistics for our team. Kade leads our team in assists at 927, which puts him currently at number 1 in the state. He also has 61 aces and 188 digs. Kade works hard in the classroom with a weighted GPA of 4.7. It has been a pleasure to coach Kade, and I'm looking forward to having him for one more year. Congratulations on an excellent junior campaign. The second player I'm going to introduce tonight is Toby Lim. Toby is here tonight with his mom, Ann. This is Toby's 3rd year on varsity, and he's hardly stepped off the court this season. He is one of the top middles as a junior in the state. He also made second team All-Region. Toby is a student of the game and has always noticed when other teams have scouting reports on himself and has always found a way to make adjustments. He's a perfectionist and is constantly pushing himself to develop more range at the net to help his teammates. This season, Toby led our team in hitting percentage at .412, which is top 8 in state. He leads our team in blocks at 80 and leads our team in kills at 199, which is rare for a middle to do. Toby works hard in the classroom as well with a weighted GPA of 4.7. We are extremely excited to be able to have Toby back for one more season. The third player I'm introducing tonight is Conor O'Brien. Conor is here tonight with his mom, Pamela, brother Brennan, grandma Sachiko, Aunt Sonia, Uncle Anthony, and cousin Kenna. Conor has been on varsity for 4 seasons that has rarely stepped off the court since arriving at Corona. He was also named first team All-Region this season as a libero. This is his second time being honored as Tempe All-City. He was also one as a freshman. He has demonstrated strong leadership and presence on our team. Conor showed relentless pursuit of the ball that has helped us become the number 7 team in state and continuing in the postseason. Although Conor suffered an injury that had him miss some time, that never changed his focus or desire to make everyone around him better. His goal has always been to make sure that his team was in the best position possible, volleyball-wise and scouting. Conor leads our team in digs per set at over 3 and has the best serve receive on the team at over 2.3 for the season. After this, Conor also strives to be the best in the classroom with a weighted GPA of 4.2. He'll be playing collegiate volleyball at Division I at Queen's University of Charlotte and majoring in nursing. It has been a pleasure to coach Conor for all 4 years at Corona, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for him. Congratulations, Conor. We would also like to wish Desert Vista best of luck tomorrow in beating Brophy.
So one, I'm going to hold the microphone a little bit away. There's some benefits to going towards the end. You learn a little. But then the other bad thing is you hear everybody good talk, and you're like, oh, I should say that, or I shouldn't say that. That's too much bragging. That's too little bragging. But I came here tonight to brag a little bit about Matt. It's an honor to present Matt to from Mountain Point, Matthew Loma from Mountain Point, to the Tempe All-City team. This is his second All-City recognition. He also made first team All-Central region. Matt's here with his parents, Chris and Erica. Chris and Erica, I want to say thanks for being such great parents. Erica, thanks for running the booster program, and thanks for keeping your kid at the neighborhood school. It means a lot these days. I want to say thanks to Aaron Frana, the second best athletic director in the state. The title of first is gone. Matthew's a kid with tremendous character who shows modesty, respect, and effort. He's also an outstanding leader. He was pretty quiet his first couple years, and he's worked hard over the last few years to find a voice that matches his talent to become a strong leader and motivator as captain of our team. Additionally, Matt embodies the term student athlete. He's graduating in 2 weeks, third in his class with a 4.81 grade point average. His pursuit of academics and athletics will take him to Penn State next year. Matt led the state in kills per set this year with 6. He was second in kills overall. He was also top 10 in the country in kills per set. He was top 10 in the state in aces and aces per set. His excellence helped win our team to 10 or 11 if you count the play-in game. I'll count the play-in game. And our first trip to the playoffs in a long, long time. Thanks and congratulations, Matt.
Beach volleyball.
I'm Coach Chef again. Coach Ben couldn't be here tonight, but I have a lot more hair, so I'm better looking, and we'll be doing this. First up is Dominique Woodford. She is a tireless worker on the beach. She is a student of the game and works hard to improve and get better. This past season, she helped lead us to a Final Four finish in the team competition and qualified with Kirsten for the Paris State Tournament. Dom's hard work has paid off. She will be attending the University of Alabama, Birmingham to compete on their beach volleyball team. Congratulations, Dom. And this is Kirsten Barton's second All-City Award this year, previously being named to the All-City volleyball team. Kirsten is a dominating presence on the beach as a blocker. Teams did everything possible to keep the ball away from her, so when she got a chance to hit the ball, look out. We were 99% sure she'd score the point. Kirsten is only a junior, so we get her for one more year. She is committed to the University of Washington for both beach and indoor. Congratulations to both of you.
You know, one of the coaches talked about bragging about his players. You know what? I think they all ought to be bragged about with those. Some of those GPAs, some of the places where they're going. I didn't even know Alabama Birmingham had a beach program. But congratulations to each and every one of you athletes and your endeavors. Those that are coming back, look forward to seeing you back next year. Those that are graduating, good luck in the years after high school. And parents, you have every right to be very, very proud. Thank you, and drive safely home. Also, there are pictures in the lobby if you want to have your picture taken.